So Ibrahim Khaleel, USA captain, after a very dramatic match. Didn't end in your favor, unfortunately. But first, let me ask you about the strategy in the super over. What was the reasoning behind sending out Stephen Taylor and Jessica on ahead of Mononk or anybody else in the lineup?
The super over strategy was to have the left and right combination so that it can help our paras, and it'd be difficult for the bowlers to bowl for a right-hander and a left-hander. That was the main reason for us to send Steve and Jessica and go open.
Take me through the final over in regulation play. It looked like there was a slight miscalculation in terms of the overs with the bowlers, and there was a little bit of some questionable decisions, I thought, and from some other people in the 10 over the course of the innings that led up to that point. But Ali Khan was bowled out, Saurabh Netravalkar was bowled out, Roy Silva was bowled out. You had one over left. Elmore Hutchinson is not known as a great death bowler. You decided to go with him. What was the reason behind that ahead of Stephen Taylor or Timmel?
The only reason we thought to get our main bowlers first, so that if you have 15 runs in over any bowler, it's very difficult to get those 15 unless somebody plays a good shot, and that's what Rizwan Cheema did. I thought Elmore bowled a good over. It's just that one ball that made a big difference in this game, especially the last one.
The strategy, again, just touched on it briefly there. A lot of people at home, and again, it was something that was a point of discussion in the tent during the chase. Timmel Patel, USA's leading wicket taker in T20 cricket history. Leg spinners are a huge commodity in T20 cricket in general. He only bowled one over tonight, came on in the 16th over. Why was he not used more?
The reason Timmel, we didn't use him much is just because he bowls a little slow, especially in this wicket. We needed somebody to push the ball, which Roy and Nosh and Bob was doing that. And when two left-handers were out, Bob bowled that one over and he got those 2 wickets, and that's what we wanted, and it actually helped us get back into the game. And then we wanted our main bowlers to bowl. For sure Timmel is one of our main bowlers, but we thought bowling with Roy, Ali and Saurabh get the game closer, and I thought we did pretty well. It's just that, as I said, the last over did cost us the game, that one ball, but that's all right. That's how we take this, we learn from this game and we move forward.
Again, Stephen Taylor, you touched on it though, bowled one over, took 2 wickets. He's known as a bowler who bowls a very exceptional off spin, even though technically he's considered a part-time spinner, but he's very athletic. He bowls excellent spin for USA. He bowled USA to victory in Uganda. In that match in Uganda, he took 5 wickets in Division 3. Comes on, strikes with his first ball, takes 2 wickets, and then we don't see him again. Why not?
The reason we didn't want him to bowl is because Rizwan Cheema was batting, and off-spinner bowling, ball coming in, it's easy for him to hit it. And that's the only reason we stopped him, and we got Saurabh and Roy and Ali and Elmore back into the play, because it's difficult to hit the fast bowler. As I said, Rizwan did play exceptionally well, and that's what T20 is all about. Sometimes it goes like it can go to it can basically, USA could have won or Canada could have won, but I think it was a good game overall.
Team selection. It was a slow pitch, and 140 looked to be very competitive, but there were a lot of wasted dot balls right after the power play. You guys were in a great position at the end of the power play. And Sunny Sohal ended as the top scorer, but he was on 10 off 20 balls at one point, chewed up a lot of deliveries that arguably in the end cost you guys those dot balls that accumulated in the middle overs. How would you characterize his innings? 1, 2, we saw his ankle taped up. He didn't come out in the field at all. So whether it's for form or for health, based on an apparent ankle injury, what is his status heading into the rest of the tournament?
I think he should be okay. I think he pulled his hamstring, and I think his ankle got twisted too, and that's the only reason he was sitting outside. And his batting, I think he batted well. It's just that, as I said, we are playing after a long time as Team USA, and this is probably his 2nd game that he's playing, 3rd game, and it's just that we want to figure out whatever the small mistakes that we did, probably come back stronger in the next game. We're going to sit down and talk about this game and be ready for the next one.
Putting aside the loss, the atmosphere was incredible tonight. Biggest crowd I've ever seen at a U.S. cricket match for USA, and it was even bigger than at least one, maybe even two of the CPL matches that were in Florida this year. What was it like for you guys, win or lose, to just be able to play in this kind of atmosphere?
Yeah, I think the crowd was just incredible, and I think the community over here is like being very helpful, and they're coming here to support Team USA. So we are very sorry that we could not get the win, but you know, this is part and parcel of the game, and we will come back stronger, and we'll probably produce the result that they want.
Did you think that the 16 runs in the super over was too many to get, or how confident were you at the switch over?
16 run, yes, it is kind of a little bit a tough task, but we have the firepower to get those runs, and we did start off well. It's just that it always comes to that one or two balls that if you don't get runs in those balls, that did cost us this game. I think we did play well. It's just that, again, as I said, in those 20 overs, last overs, Elmore, that one ball did cost us the game, and that's why he got into the super over. And I think in super over, that one ball again with Parvez, that Yorker, which we could not get a run, I think just one run, that did make a big difference.
The fielding tonight was hit or miss. There were some very, very outstanding moments, and then there were some costly moments at times as well. Stephen Taylor had one very simple drop at deep mid-wicket off Navneet Dhaliwal, and then in the super over, the first ball, it's questionable whether or not he could have saved that from going over for 6, but it's a drop at the end of the day. David Wakefield on the opposite side, coming on as a subfielder, was electric in the circle on the boundary, almost won the match for USA in the last over in regulation, stopping 4, keeping it to 2. What did you see were the positives on the fielding aspect, and where are the areas that you feel you guys need to work on?
Yeah, I think fielding, overall, I think we are very happy with the way we fielded. Yes, there were a few lapses, but we still think Stevie is a great fielder, and you know, sometimes it happens, you tend to do some mistakes. That's all right, and that's how, as a team, we think we are heading in the right direction, and we are not worried about it. It's just that we're going to come back stronger and play well. And about David, I think he's a brilliant fielder, and I almost thought that the way he fielded, as you said, again, he almost won us the game. So that's something, you know, we take it very positive, and I hope that it's going to lift up team spirit, and probably going to feel better in the next game.
What's the number one thing you're looking to build on off of tonight?
The number one thing is like to be disciplined in our fielding. I think we did well in our batting and bowling department. It's just that we have to lift up our game in our fielding, and I think that should be good.
Anything else you want to say about tonight's match, whether it's the crowd, the atmosphere, just coming down to a super over, playing in a super over? A lot of guys wouldn't have played in a super over, especially in an ICC tournament play. Just anything else about tonight? Yeah,
I think the crowd was great, and we really thank them for coming out and supporting us, and we are really looking forward for them to come back and support us again the next 3 games. And I think the super over is something, like as you said, again, in an ICC event for associate level, it's just brilliant to have that. And it clearly shows that even at this level, there will be some crunch games, so that's brilliant to have it.